Every day, millions of people wake up, hit snooze, and push their dreams to someday. That someday never comes. The problem. They're waiting for permission, for the perfect plan, for the perfect time. Today, we destroy that myth because TISIS is your time. You've been waiting for the stars to align, waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go for it. Let me tell you the truth. Number DY is coming to save you. There's no magic day. There's no perfect moment. The only time you have is Nemoba. Stop waiting, start acting now. Most people live their entire lives waiting for the right moment to begin. They wait for Monday to start the workout. They wait for New Year to set a goal. They wait for the economy to improve before starting a business. They wait until they feel ready. But let me tell you something. There is no such thing as the perfect time. It does not exist. Waiting for the perfect time is the biggest illusion that kills more dreams than failure ever will. While you are sitting there planning, overthinking, waiting for the green light, time is slipping through your fingers. Every second you wait is a second you could be using to build your future. You say to yourself, I'll start when I'm ready. Ready. You'll never feel ready because growth lives outside of comfort. Readiness is an illusion your brain creates to keep you safe. The moment you feel comfortable is the moment you stop growing. You're looking for certainty in a world that will never give you certainty. The truth is, success belongs to those who move while others wait. You want to start that business. Start with what you have. You want to get in shape. Do one push-up today. You want to change your life. Stop waiting for approval and take the first step. The first step will not be perfect. It's not supposed to be. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Waiting for perfection guarantees that you never move at all. Every great achievement started small. Every champion was once a beginner who took the first imperfect step. They didn't have it all figured out. They didn't have every resource. They didn't have certainty. What they had was courage. Courage to begin when everything in them said, wait. They started. And because they started, they learned. You cannot learn everything from books, from videos, from other people's advice. You learn by doing. You learn by trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again. Every day you wait, you fall behind. You think you have time, but you don't. Time is not on your side. One day you'll wake up and realize you waited too long. Don't let that day come. You want to know what separates winners from everyone else. It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's action. Massive, relentless action. Winners act when others hesitate. They start before they're ready. They trust themselves enough to figure it out along the way. They know there is no right moment. There is only this moment. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Waiting creates doubt. Doubt creates fear. Fear creates paralysis. And paralysis kills dreams. Think about this. How many times in your life did you wait for the perfect time only to realize later that the perfect time never came? How many opportunities have you lost because you were too busy preparing, planning, and convincing yourself that you weren't ready? Every time you delay action, you strengthen the habit of waiting. And habits shape your life. You're either building the habit of action or the habit of hesitation. Discipline beats motivation. Everybody loves motivation. We watch videos, listen to speeches, read quotes, and feel that spark. It's exciting, it feels powerful, and it gives you energy in the moment. But here's the truth. Motivation is a temporary emotion. It comes and it goes like the weather. One day you wake up and feel unstoppable. The next day you feel tired and lazy. If you depend on motivation to take action, you will fail because motivation is not reliable. Discipline, on the other hand, does not care about feelings. Discipline does not wait for the right mood or the perfect circumstances. Discipline is the engine that drives you forward even when everything inside you says stop. Motivation might get you started, but it will never finish the race for you. When the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m., motivation will tell you to stay in bed, to sleep a little longer, to do it later. Discipline forces you to get up and move even when you don't want to. When you're tired after work and your brain says, skip the workout, discipline puts on your shoes and gets you to the gym. Motivation whispers, discipline commands. Motivation is a feeling, discipline is a choice. And every choice builds a habit. Every habit builds a life. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the top performers in any field. They are not always motivated. They are not always inspired, but they are disciplined. They show up every single day. They do the reps. They follow the plan. They keep their promises to themselves. That's why they win. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency creates results. Motivation cannot give you that. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning when the spark dies out. You have to understand that feelings are weak. They change based on the weather, the traffic, the people around you, your stress level. If you build your life based on feelings, you will live a life of excuses. You will work hard only when it's easy. You will show up only when you feel like it. And you will quit the moment things get hard. But discipline does not care about feelings. Discipline is a commitment to action, no matter what. Discipline says, I will do it because I said I would. And when you live that way, you become unstoppable. People think discipline is punishment, but it's the opposite. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from being controlled by laziness, by distractions, by excuses. Freedom to create the life you want instead of being a slave to your emotions. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you win. You strengthen the muscle of self-control. You build confidence because you trust yourself to do what you said you would do. That confidence becomes power, and that power will take you further than any burst of motivation ever could. Turn obstacles into fuel. Life will not hand you a clear road to success. It will throw walls in front of you. It will throw storms in your path, and it will push you down again and again. Most people see obstacles as the signal to stop. They say, this is too hard. This must not be for me. And they quit. But here is the truth. Obstacles are not the enemy. Obstacles are the opportunity. They are the test that separates those who want it from those who just wish for it. Every single great achievement in history was born out of resistance. Pressure creates strength. Struggle creates growth. You cannot build power without pushing against something. You cannot build character without facing challenges that force you to rise. Every time you face an obstacle, you have a choice. You can complain, you can make excuses, you can tell yourself why it is unfair, or you can take that obstacle and use it as fuel. You can take the pain, the frustration, the setback, and convert it into energy that drives you harder. The people who succeed are not the people who have an easy road. They are the ones who take the hard road and keep moving. They are the ones who look at the wall and say, good, this is my chance to climb. This is my chance to get stronger. Think about your body. How do you build muscle? You put it under stress. You push it past its limits. You tear the fibers so they can rebuild stronger. The same is true for your mind, your character, your life. Obstacles are the resistance that makes you grow. If everything came easy, you would never develop the strength to handle real success. You would break the moment pressure hits. That is why life gives you problems. Not to stop you, but to prepare you. Every setback is training. Every failure is a lesson. Every struggle is shaping you into someone who can handle the weight of your dreams. Most people hate struggle because they don't understand its purpose. They think it means they're not good enough or they're unlucky. But struggle is a gift. It forces you to adapt, to think differently, to fight harder. And when you fight harder, you discover strength you didn't know you had. You develop resilience. You learn to keep going when others quit. That skill alone will make you unstoppable, because success is not about never falling. Success is about rising every time you fall stronger than before. The truth is, the bigger the obstacle, the bigger the growth. If you want a small life, avoid challenges. Stay comfortable. But if you want greatness, you need to seek out resistance. You need to embrace the pain because the pain is the path. The obstacle is not in the way. It is the way. The moment you understand that, everything changes. Suddenly, problems stop being problems. They become fuel. They become the reason you push harder, the reason you train longer, the reason you refuse to quit. Every obstacle is a gift, and the bigger the challenge, the more power you have to gain ownership of your life. There is one truth that separates those who succeed from those who never move beyond average. They take full ownership of their lives. They do not point fingers. They do not blame circumstances, and they do not look for someone else to fix their problems. Ownership means understanding that everything in your life, the good, the bad, the victories, the failures, is your responsibility. The moment you accept that, you take back your power, because as long as you blame, you give away control. If it's always someone else's fault, then you have no power to change it. But when you own it, when you say, this is on me, now you can do something about it. Most people don't want to hear this because it's easier to make excuses. It's easier to say, I didn't succeed because I didn't have support, or I couldn't do it because I had a rough childhood, or the economy is bad, so I can't start a business. Do you know what all those sentences have in common? They remove responsibility from you. They make you powerless. They make you a victim. And when you live as a victim, you will never create the life you want. Ownership is not about blaming yourself for everything that happens. Ownership is about saying, I can't control everything, but I can control my response. I can control my decisions. I can control what I do next. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for rescue. You stop expecting life to be fair. Life is not fair, and it never will be. Some people start with more advantages. Some people have it easier, but none of that changes the fact that you are responsible for where you go from here. The starting line might be different, but the finish line depends on how hard you run. You can cry about where you started, or you can run so hard that nobody even remembers where you began. Ownership also means owning your mistakes. When you fail, don't hide. Don't blame other people. Look in the mirror and say, I messed up and now I will fix it. That is power. Because the person who accepts mistakes can learn from them. The person who denies responsibility never grows. Every failure is feedback, but only if you take it personally in the right way. Not as shame, but as a lesson. The moment you stop blaming and start owning, you start growing. And here's the truth most people don't want to accept. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends. You are the rescue team. You are the one who has to climb out of the hole, who has to put in the work, who has to make the decisions. Ownership is freedom because it puts the power back in your hands. When you own your life completely, you realize that your future is not luck. It is not fate. It is a result of what you do, what you decide, and what you refuse to quit on. Ownership means everything depends on you. And that is the greatest power you will ever have.